Hello queens and kings, welcome to my channel. If it's your first time here, welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you for coming back. Today we're continuing with our thick belt. So let's get started. So we're at the corner, and every time when you're at the corner and you're turning, we have to pick up 4 beads. So the first 2 beads are going to be our black throughout this pattern, because the 2 black beads make up the thin frame that is outside our belt. And then the remaining 2 beads are going to be the color that will be dependent by where we are within the pattern. So I have 2 black beads and 2 red beads. I take my needle and I insert it into the central bead, and then I pull. Oopsie. Yes, and then I pull. Then I pick up 3 red beads. 3 red beads. This. Then I take my needle, I put it into the central bead, and then I pull. Now I'm going to pick up 3 black beads. Take my needle, put it into the central bead, and then I pull. Now I'm going to pick up 1 black and 2 white beads. 1 black and 2 white beads. I take my needle and I put it into the central bead, and then I pull. Then I pick up 1 white and 2 black beads. 1 white and 2 black beads. Needle, central bead, which is the first black bead. And then I pick up 1 black and 2 green beads. Needle, central bead, and then I pull. So now we're expanding our big diamond. Remember, our diamond, the green diamond, is our main diamond. So I know when we come to this stage in other instances, we will introduce a color. But here, we're going to continue with our green and pick up 3 green beads. Take our needle, central bead, and pull. Then we pick up 2 green beads and 1 black bead. Needle, central bead, and pull. Now 2 black beads and 1 white. 2 black beads, 1 white. Needle, central bead, and pull. Now we're going to pick up 2 white beads and 1 black. Even our borders, we're extending also our borders. So you're going to pick up your 2 white and 1 black. You take your needle and you put it into the the central bead like this, and then you pull. Now I'm going to pick up 3 black beads. 3 black beads. Take your needle and you put it through the central bead. And then you pull. Now we're going to pick up our 3 red beads. The red just pops out so nicely. I like it. I like it. I like it. 3 red beads. The last red bead in your row. Put it through and then you pull. Now we're at the corner. We have to pick up 4 beads in total. But for this pattern, the first 2 beads from our 4 beads, every time when we're going to turn, are always going to be black beads. And then the rest of the 2 beads that complete the 4 beads are going to be determined by where you are within the pattern. So 2 black and 2 red beads. Now we're going to pick up 3 black beads. 3 black beads. This is my black beads tab. I love separating my black and navy and my red and pink. Sorry. Red and pink. I'm being disturbed by peanut skin. I was eating peanuts not the other day, just now, before I started shooting. So the flakes, you know, the skin, they stuck in my throat. Now I'm going to pick up. I'm sorry. I'm really, really sorry. Now I'm going to pick up 1 black bead and 2 white beads. Like this. Inserted. The first white bead in this case is our central bead in this case. Then I'm going to pick up 1 black, 1 white, and 2 black beads. One black and 2 white beads. Inserted into the first black bead in this case, which is our central bead in this case. But if I say the central bead, that is our first black bead. So that means every time when you say a black bead, you say, oh, that's our central bead. So that's why I have to keep mentioning that in this case. Now I'm going to pick up 1 black and 2 green beads. 1 black and 2 green beads. Take my needle and I poke it through here. The first green bead in this case is our central bead. Then I pick up 3 green beads. Remember, we're expanding the thickness of our diamond. So your thickness of your diamond will always be determined here at the center. 3 green beads. Take my needle and insert it here. And then I pick up 3 green beads again. 3 green beads. Take a needle, poke it. In this case, the last green bead is our central bead. Then we're going to pick up 2 green beads and 1 black bead. 2 green beads and 1 black bead. Then I pull. And then I pick up 2 black beads and 1 white bead. 2 black beads and 1 white bead. This pattern is quite an interesting pattern because it needs a lot of patience. A lot of patience. Now I understand why mostly in Zulu culture they would use large sized beads, your 5mm beads, because you can easily finish a belt in a day using that size bead. But in this case, you have to be really, 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 really patient because it might take longer than you think. So now we're going to pick up 2 white beads and 1 black bead. Two white beads and 1 black bead. I take my needle and I insert it into the central bead and then I pull. And then I pick up 3 black beads. 3 black beads. I have an interesting announcement coming at the end. 3 black beads. The reason for this announcement is to see if because yesterday we talked about how to know what went wrong when your pattern does not go accordingly. 3 red beads. Take a needle and you put it here and then you pull. Let's do the last row one more time. So now 2 black beads. The 2 black beads are going to be a consistent for this pattern throughout, because the 2 black beads determine our thin frame, which is our outside black frame. So 2 black beads and 2 red beads. I have an interesting announcement. Which will be a continuation from the 3 pointers that we discussed yesterday. three black beads. I always confuse black and red. I don't know why, because they are different colors. Insert my needle into the central bead, and now I pick up one black and two white beads. Like this. Take needle and you poke it through the first white bead, in this case. In this case. Now I'm going to pick up one white bead and two black beads. One white bead and two black beads, like this. And then I take my needle, my gorgeous needle, insert it into the center, like this, the first black bead in this case. And then I'm going to pick up one black bead and two green beads, not beans. Take my needle and I poke it into the first green bead, in this case. In this case. And then I pick up three green beads. Three green beads. Take your needle, poke it, honey. You see how the central beads, how they always stand out. They're always pointed and standing out. Then I pull. So now we have come into not a bus stop, but just a mini break, if I may say so. So now we have to start introducing the small diamond that will be inside our big green diamond, which is the black diamond. The frame, we have to start introducing the flame for the frame and then the small diamond. So you have to be able to count to know that, okay, now is the time where I should start implementing that. So you can see you have one solid line, two, which is a broken line, the third line, which is a solid line, and the fourth line, which is a broken line. And the fourth line is the line where you introduce your black frame. So you should also go back to the diamond and say, okay, I have one solid line, one broken line, and one solid line. So meaning the fourth line that I have to introduce is going to be the one that also introduce our black border for the mini diamond that will be inside the huge diamond. That's how you can calculate and notice that, okay, now I've passed a point, I've reached a point where I have to start introducing a new color. So now you're going to pick up one green, one black, and one green. You take your needle, you put it inside the central bead, and then you pull. Now you're going to pick up 3 green beads, 3 green beads, and you poke it into the last green bead in this case, which is our central bead in this case. Now you're going to pick up 2 green beads and 1 black bead. 2 green beads and 1 black bead. Insert it into that last black bead, and then you pull. Now you're going to pick up 2 black beads and 1 white bead. 2 white and 2 black and 1 white. Insert it here, the last white bead, and then you pull. Now you're going to pick up 2 white and 1 black bead. 2 white and 1 black bead. So I take my needle and I put it into the central bead. You see, the last bead is not always the central bead. Maybe the last black bead or the last white bead. Now I'm going to pick up 3 black beads. 3 black beads. I take my needle and I poke it into the central bead, in this case, which is the last red bead. So this is where we're going to stop for today. So for the not the announcement, but the interesting thing, I need you to be able to, there's something that is not quite right in this, and I intentionally did it because we had the conversation yesterday about the 3 pointers. Please tell me if you can spot it, and please tell me what is the reason that caused it, referring to the 3 pointers that we discussed previously. Okay, so that's the homework. Just look clearly at what we have done. Describe where the wrong thing is and what caused it. Thank you so much for watching. I love you guys so much. Remember to treat yourself with kindness, to be good to yourselves, and respect yourselves, and have fun. I love you guys so much. If you love the content that you're seeing, please consider subscribing. Bye.